And now that you know about action economy and how combat starts, let's talk about the actual combat. So, in combat, you don't roll to hit. You just roll your damage dice, and you assume that most of the time you're going to be dealing some damage. So if you're dagger, that's going to be a d4. If you're rolling your battle axe, that's going to be a d10, and so on. This goes for spells too. Now, if you roll a 1 with that dice, you miss. It's an automatic miss. But anything else that is not a 1, you are dealing some damage. Rolling the highest number on that dice is a crit. It explodes, you re-roll it, and you add it to the number, and that can stack over and over and over again. Advantage and disadvantage kind of works the same way. You just add another one of those dice to the pool, and then you roll them and choose the highest or lowest, depending on if you have advantage or disadvantage. Now, the last thing that sets Nimble apart from 5e is the wounds and death mechanic. The way this works is that if you ever reach 0 hit points, you take a wound. But what does that mean? Well, it means a couple of things. It means you no longer have your full 3 actions, you only have 1 action. You're wounded, you're hurting, you're bleeding out, or your arm is broken or whatever. So you're having a hard time. It also means that for every wound you have, you essentially have a -1 to your d20 rolls. Any saves or skill checks or anything like that, all of your d20 rolls are now just a little less effective. Each time you try to attack or use a spell, you have to roll a strength check of DC 10, and if you fail that, unfortunately, you're gonna take another wound. Taking damage while wounded will give you 2 wounds, and taking critical damage while wounded will give you 3 wounds. Once you exceed a total of 6 wounds, bro, you're dead. And that's pretty much it for the differences between 5e and Nimble. I love that it feels snappier, you know, like we're moving along, you know what to do. You don't have to roll and check and see if you hit or waste your turn. I love that death, while dying, you still feel like you're contributing a little bit. And so it's just, man, it's so much fun. I'm really enjoying playing with this system. In fact, I'm enjoying it so much that I'm using it for a big project that I'm working on, which I can't tell you about right now. But I'll tell you about it soon. Anyway, in the meantime, thanks for listening. I know this was a long one. Later, Gator.